Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version to put together the prophecy of Israel, which I call the Book of Zion. I had to write the Potsmoker's Bible as a commentary to the Book of Zion in order to publish it, because the prophecy is written entirely in Bible verse. So I'm reading to you from the Potsmoker's Bible, which of course contains chapters from the Book of Zion. Now I'm on chapter 6 of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains chapter 4 of the Book of Zion. And they both have the same, I have the same chapter title for both chapters, and it's called The Graven Image. This chapter is about the blind and deaf people of the last chapter, as indicated by the title. These people worship an idol. Their religion is a false one, but these people are stubborn and must be given overwhelming evidence as to their true nature. This chapter is just that. The idol in question is self-evident to any but the blind. These blind people are the object of God's wrath. The tone of this chapter is angry. The gray are strongly against this idol. They feel that those who believe in it are fools, who are told to reconsider their reminder, the idol the deaf also hold so dear. We are told that this is a false religion. It is based on lies, and those who refuse to give up their idol will end up ashamed of their actions, as the truth is forced upon them by the very book that they use to justify their beliefs. Their false religion will fail due to the lies which are exposed. The prophet Isaiah explains to us not only the image the idol takes, but the method used to create the idol. The image is unmistakable. The evidence is overwhelming when it is given just due. Isaiah leaves us no doubt as to the identity of the idol. The great take great pains to explain the idol. The craftsmen are portrayed actually creating the image. The idol is described in great detail, as is the very mortal condition of the craftsman. The great leave no doubt as to the nature of the idol and its creations and its creators. The chapter goes on with a reminder of the true living God, the gray, who are living beings who look down from heaven and rule over the human race. The gray are real, whereas the idol is not. The end of the chapter is a plea for the blind to reconsider their idol God and to see what has always been before them in the very book that they use to justify their idol. This plea is an ultimatum. See the truth and return to the gray, or be fools and perish. Isaiah is the storyteller of this chapter. It is his testimony alone that is used to expose the shocking truth of the idol worshippers. He begins with chapter 57, 3 to 5, which becomes Zion, or 3 to 8, which becomes Zion 4, 1 to 6. But draw near hither, ye sons of the sorceress, the seed of the evil, of the adulteress and the whore. Against whom do you sport yourselves? Against whom did you make wide your mouth, and draw out your tongue? Are ye not children of transgressors, a seed of falsehood, inflaming yourselves with idols under every green tree, and slaying the children in the valley under the clefts of the rocks? Among the smooth stone of the stream is your portion. They are thy lot. Even unto them have ye poured out your drink offering, and hast offered a meal offering. Shall I receive comfort of these? Upon a lofty and high mountain hast thou set up thy bed. Thither wentest thou up to offer thy sacrifice. Behind the doors also, and the posts hast thou set up thy remembrance. For thou hast discovered thyself to another other than me, and art gone up. Thou hast enlarged thy bed, and made thee a covenant with them. Thou lovest their bed, whereas thou sawest it. Isaiah is the storyteller, as I said, and his opening statement is harsh. He calls the idol worshippers the sons of the sorceress, the seed of the adulteress, and the whore. So, who are the people Isaiah is speaking about? The first verse gives us a clue. We are looking for a religion that has its origins based on the actions of a woman. She is a sorceress who performs some kind of magical feat. It is an adulterous act. She has sex with someone other than her rightful husband. She is a whore, which speaks of an act of sex prior to marriage. These people are, of course, the Christians. This sounds to me like the virgin birth of Jesus. Mary is found to be pregnant out of wedlock. She is engaged to Joseph, who marries her anyway, because she is supposed to still be a virgin. To the people of Mary's day, her virgin birth would be an act of magic. Her prior engagement to Joseph would make her act adulterous. Her unmarried state would make her a whore. Everything about this myth of Jesus' birth is morally opposed to the Jewish law. Mary is guilty of fornication, having sex out of wedlock. She performs a magic act, becoming pregnant while still a virgin. This makes her a witch. She is betrothed to Joseph. This betrothal is as binding as a marriage. She is cheating on her future husband, an act of adultery. There is not a single thing about Jesus' birth that abides by Jewish law. And this is a vital point because Jesus, Mary, and Joseph are all Jews. Everything they do, every law they live by is Jewish. To ignore the very Jewish nature of their heritage is to make a lie of who they are. No self-respecting Jew would commit the acts that we are told they commit. It is against the nature of the Jewish character involved and it must be considered. The second verse points out this very fact. Who do you oppose? They are asked. Who do you slander with your words? Who do you hate? Well, of course, the Christians' main antagonist is the Jewish people, the very people their religion is based on. That makes false every claim they make. They come from a Jewish origin, yet they hate the Jews most of all. The next verse introduces two main points. It introduces the idol, and we are told of the worst sin that they commit. This sin is against children. The epidemic of child abuse crimes in the world is a testament to this truth. Our children are being murdered, raped, and worse. Isaiah blames the idol worshippers who inflame themselves under every green tree. We are then told that the wicked sinners who offer a drink offering and a food offering do so to their own demise, because the grave find no good comfort by these offerings. This is the communion of the Christians who offer it to the world as a show, and they are marked for destruction. We are told next that the place of origin of this religion is on a high mountain, where they went up to offer their sacrifice. This is, of course, Rome. Rome rests on top of 7 lofty hills, the highest of which is where the Pope resides. Rome is where the earliest Christians were sacrificed in the Colosseums by the empire, which ultimately became the center of worship, where they set up their remembrance, the cross, behind the closed doors of the Vatican. Rome is where the Jewish heart of Christianity was lost. Rome is where Christianity was born. The last verse of this sequence states that this new religion has a god other than the grave. This new religion would become wealthy and would make a covenant with all those who joined them. The other god is the one represented by the idol. This idol god is the source of the great wealth and power. This comes from the deals struck between the church and every other religion that they incorporated into it. This religion and its idol are both very obvious to those who have eyes to read the words of Isaiah. This speaks of the actions of the Christians, who throughout their history grafted on the religious practices and holy days of the people that they so-called converted. This conversion is more the Christians adopting new religions rather than the forsaking of the foreign religions by the conquered converts. Isaiah 44, 9 and 13. 9 through 13 is Zion 4, 7 to 11. And it states, "They that make the graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit. They are their own witnesses. They see nor not, nor know that they may be ashamed. Who hath formed a god, or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workers are of men. Let them all be gathered together, let them stand up, yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with a hammer, and worketh it with the strength of his arm. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule, and he marketh it out with a line. He fitteth it with the planes, and he marketh it out with a compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house." The next segment of verses is from chapter 44 in Isaiah. It begins with saying that the wealth and power of the Christian religion is vanity. They are glorifying themselves. The wealth and power that they enjoy will not help them in the end. They alone testify to their beliefs, and those beliefs will bring them nothing but shame. Then he asks, who makes the idol? Who creates God and his image? He tells them that it won't be a good deal for them. These foolish fools who create the god and the craftsmen that create the idol will both be afraid and ashamed when they stand together in an attempt to justify their actions. The next 3 verses describes in detail how the graven image is made and by who. We are told that the frail human who must eat and drink and who must rest is the creator of the idol. And I'm going to quit there. I'll start there again. But may the great watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way, and may you find your joy and pursue it. Be happy, people. Stay happy and high. Know I love you. We'll see you soon. Later now, because I'll never say goodbye.